All right, Douglas.
Sure.
So this is kind of oldish news, but last week Donald Trump met with Vladimir Putin in Joint Base Elmendorf, right?
Yes.
And they did probably the best time flyover I've ever seen.
Oh, amazing.
And we will watch this now for your thoughts, Gonky and Wag, since I already did a video on it. But I was also told that I'm anti-American for liking this. So here we go. Uh-oh, we're PowerPoint mode. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Can hear it now, Mover. All the OFP guys. Whoa, 1-3 wasn't tight enough on 1 and 2.
I don't know. We're in PowerPoint mode, so it's hard to really. There we go. Yeah. Do you think the timing was supposed to be when they were on stage and they're a little early?
No, I think it's perfect. Yeah. I mean, I think there was a window, right? From when they met to whenever they get to the stage before they start.
And then you got the Raptors right there.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much surrounded by stealth.
you say that, and the OFPs did say, "Does no one know how to fly fingertip
anymore?"
Dude,
I know. It's every time you can, dude. If they would have swap paint, some clown would be like, they weren't close enough.
Dude. Yeah, I mean, listen, I always put myself in the aviator shoes. Can you imagine doing a flyover of the leaders of Russia and the US and trying to nail the TOT? That's a moving TOT because it's actually a presidential thing. So no one knows the TOT and they're just like, go now, just go now. Ah, perfect.
Well, dude, if you're an F-35 guy, you're just flying for him.
I'm talking about the B-2.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, let the crew thing handle it, you know?
Yeah, they've got computers that can see into the future. It's fine. Wags, what do you think?
Yeah, what do you think, Wags?
Well, to me, there's two ways you can look at it. It's, why they did it. I think ostensibly it was more about, power in America. But it was interesting listening to a lot of the reports actually in Russia that they saw it actually more as a nod of respect to Putin.
Yeah, I think that's sugarcoating it because, I mean, people can't separate politics, but if you look at this from a diplomatic / historical situation, Trump likes to negotiate from what he believes is a position of strength. Sure. And he has made it very clear that he believes that the B-2 and the B-21s are peace through strength. He did that with the Iranian. He brought the B-2 pilots to the White House. That is not pro-Trump, that is just a fact. He made a big thing about the B-2. Like they brought out General Kane and explained every step of that, which I believe was a show of force by itself. And once that happened, now the symbolism of, like you talked about, Wags, we just took the untouchable nuclear program with the penetrator bomb that we had basically designed just for this one thing with the B-2 untouched, and you just flew this over. I agree with you. I mean, there's some symbolism there. I mean,
it was just interesting to me. I think it was lost on the person it was meant to.
Well, I mean, guy's a former KGB operative. I don't know that anything's going to impress.
No, more talking about the Russian public in general.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Gonky. I mean, what do you think about the Russian public? I don't think every time we talk about stuff like that, we have to separate the governments from the citizens, because a lot of times the citizens are just like you and me. They don't want any kind of.
Oh, yeah. I've worked with many Russian citizens, great people. And I completely separate them from the Russian government.
Yeah, Wags, you bring up a good point. I mean, I didn't, watching that whole thing. Yeah, it's, American strength. Right. Clearly. But at the same time, I mean, I would agree. It is a nod of respect because we acknowledge, I mean, pick a country that has no military, probably not going to get a B-2 F-35 flight. Right. I mean, so it's like, the superpower salute, I would almost expect something like that if, our president visited, Putin and on his
couple.
home turf.
Tu-95s, just
Yeah, something like that. And
Both of
it's, I mean, it's not uncommon for some sort of military type parade or acknowledgement, you know, when we're having high, you know, leaders meet. I mean, we saw, right, when Trump went to the Middle East, right, they gave him a 15 Escort, which, you know, you can read all you want. That's in my mind, that's also a sign of respect. And we have the video. I don't know if Doug will play it, but you know, Putin got an F-35 Escort out of Alaska.
Yeah.
Which I thought was yeah, here it is, which I thought was pretty cool. So you can see that's his presidential airplane, and we've got F-35s escorting him out of you know, U.S. airspace. And I don't know, Mover, you would know more than me because you did more of the air defense stuff, but there's probably no flankers around until you get clear of U.S. airspace, right? Then probably the F-35s peel off and the Russian Escort takes over.
Makes sense.
was this the Escort going into country or going out?
I think this is out. I think.
Okay.
I think
Because I thought they were met and escorted in.
it may be, but he
well.
may have got an Escort both, you know, inbound and outbound.
On its way back to Russia. So after,
yeah. But I mean, is that a thing, right? I mean, because, you know, usually presidential aircraft is escorted.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they had. I mean, dude, this is not. We're not at war with Russia. I mean, this is a diplomatic situation.
Oh yeah.
So there's going to be some ceremony, pomp and circumstance. There's going to be all that stuff because they were invited to. He was invited to Russia, or sorry, he was invited from Russia. We invited Russia to Alaska for talks, and then Zelensky was in DC today with a bunch of European leaders. I think every reasonable person wants peace. Nobody is sitting here going, we want, except for, you know, I know there's certain groups that want perpetual war, but peace is whatever means necessary at this point. We need to get something going because nobody suffers but the people on the ground.
Yep.
You know, the people that are dying every day on both sides.
Yeah. I think it's cool, man. Like you said, Mover, from an aviator perspective, I mean, that would be a high, if I was the one responsible for the timing, oh man, I'd be sweating.
Well,
you know,
I mean, you think they had a ground fact? They had a skid out there that's like, all right, you know, come on in.
Yeah. And I from what I read, and Wags, maybe correct me if I'm wrong, but like both presidential airplanes landed pretty close.
Almost the same time. Yeah,
right?
You came down the stairs almost at the same time.
Right. So, I mean, if you're planning a flyover, you're like, okay, how long is it going to take him to taxi?
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know, get the air stair there. Okay, how long is it going to, like, there's a
lot.
I'm
sure they had someone on the ground timing it.
With a B-2, which is not, you know, I mean, a 4-ship is hard to maneuver. A 5-ship with a B-2 leading it is a gaggle.
True.
Right. So we caught the tail end of it. And what I imagine probably happened is those guys were probably hanging relatively close to the field to make a moving target as far as a TOT, because there's just too many variables. When is the president going to come down the stairs? Because I think, right, they literally like walked out and met one another like not too long after getting out of their respective airplanes. So you're right, from an aviator standpoint, it's like, dude.
And from an aviation enthusiast standpoint, it looked cool.
It did look cool. Yeah.
I mean,
it did look cool. Yeah. It was cool.